Let me share with you all the tips and tricks that you need to make the best Ghana puff puff, also known as Bofrot. And I'm not talking about the dry one. No. I'm talking about the soft, fluffy, golden, and slightly chewy on the outside and airy on the inside. That kind of melts in your mouth and keeps you coming back for more. Saa no. As a open no the actually crowd there, then this recipe is definitely for you. Happy Sunday and a very warm welcome to my channel. So if this sounds like your kind of vibe, then please sit back, relax, and then enjoy because you don't want to miss it. Thank you. So in a bowl, I'm starting off by adding 4 cups of flour. You can either use plain or self-raising flour, whichever one works best for you. They both get the job done anyways. The next thing to add is 1/4 cup of powdered milk, and this gives the Bofrot a richer taste and helps with that soft and creamy texture we all love. Then I'll go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of nutmeg for that warm and comforting flavor, and a pinch of salt to balance everything out. And lastly, 2 tablespoons of yeast. Now a quick note about the yeast. There are 3 main types of it, so just make sure you know which one you are using and read instructions on the packet. At this point, I'll be mixing everything together, but can you believe I nearly forgot the sugar? Don't worry, I'll be adding it as time goes or as we go. So in a cup, I'm adding half a cup of evaporated milk and I'm mixing it with some hot water. Since the milk is cold from the can, the hot water will help warm it up nicely. Now, if you're new to making puff puff, here's a quick tip. Always add your milk or water gradually or in small batches. That way you have more control over the texture and consistency of your dough. Just to make it more easier, I started by adding 1 cup of the warm mixture or warm milk mixture. I gave it a good mix and then followed up with another cup of milk. So in total, I've used 2 cups of milk so far. And after adding the second batch, I'll mix everything together. It was at this stage that I realized that I didn't add sugar. So I added half a cup of sugar, followed by half a cup of warm water. Yes, to help it dissolve easily. So in total, I used 2.5 cups of liquid. I hope I'm clear. And like I always say, it's better to go in bits so you get control over your dough or your mixture. Yes, so with the clean hands, I'm mixing everything together beautifully. But this is hard work, so just take your time and beat your dough properly. It's all part of the process and the effort really pays off. The next ingredient to add is 1/4 cup of melted butter. I'll mix in again thoroughly and add some few drops of vanilla extract and we're good. So these 2 ingredients not only add lovely flavor, but it also help loosen the dough a bit, making it soft and easy to work with. And as you can see, it's looking good already. So after adding the vanilla extract, I'll mix everything together beautifully for the last time. Then I'll cover the bowl with a cling wrap and I'll place it in a warm spot for about 30 minutes or until your dough rises. So before I forget, this is the outcome of my dough and this is how I want it. But just in case you want to loosen it up a bit, you can just add few drops of warm water and you're good. Now I decided to use a small pot just to show you that puff puff or Bofrot is deep fried. So if you don't have a lot of oil, it's best to use a small or smaller pot. That way the dough balls can still float and cook evenly. Since we are deep frying, the oil should be at a good depth, just like you see on screen. So I'll go ahead and preheat the oil, but before that, I'll check on the dough and it's beautifully risen. So I'll just take the cling wrap off and begin deflating the dough. This step is important because it helps relieve any built up gluten from the dough. And it also prepares the dough for frying. So when it comes to shaping of the puff puff, There are so many ways to drop the dough in the oil, but my favorite method and the most part or fun part is scooping and dropping the dough in between my thumb and index finger. This is me inserting kebab stick in the oil just to make sure it's hot enough. And yes, it was hot, so I started frying immediately. And like I said, my favorite part is dropping the dough in the oil between my thumb and index finger. So one thing to also take note is to fry on medium heat, not too high. That way it has time to cook properly, or else the outside will brown too quickly while the inside stays raw. Now, I will admit that it looks a bit overcrowded in the pot because I dropped too much dough at once, but no worries, we will work around it. And one thing, if you don't like your puff puff crunchy, that's absolutely fine. But personally, I love mine with a little crunch on the outside and soft and fluffy on the inside. So fry it the way you enjoy it. Once they are done, I'll just take them out of the oil and place them on a paper towel to drain. And now it's time to fry the next batch. So with the next batch, I didn't drop too much. Yeah, so we will just have space to roll and float freely in the oil, and this helps them cook more evenly. If you've watched till this point and you're enjoying, please don't forget to hit that subscription button and give it a thumbs up and share with someone who needs a little puff puff joy in their life. Once the second batch is ready, I'll take it out as well and I'll fry the next batch off camera. But just look at the outcome. Corner. Crunchy on the outside, soft and pillowy inside. Just how I love it. I hope this video was helpful, and if you ever try this recipe, please don't forget to leave a comment and share your result. You know I love to hear from you. Be sure to check out other delicious videos on my channel, and don't forget to follow me on all socials at Upclose with Abena. Thank you so much for watching till the very end, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a blissful week. Bye bye.